Thank you very much, Gus and Finn, my very own house band. Hello, I'm Clive Anderson. Welcome to The Guessing Game. This is a comedy panel show that's been described by the BBC Accounts Department as well within budget, which is the highest accolade they can bestow. Now, the dictionary definition of a guess is to form an opinion from little or no evidence. No, sorry, that's a job description of a tabloid journalist. But this is the one show it never lets get the facts get in the way of a lucky or funny guess. But the idea of this, I'm going to chuck a load of questions at our guests and see if they can guess their way to an answer. First of all, can you guess who the guests are? Well, first one, he's been on more panel shows and he's had hot dinners. He's been a performance poet, a radio DJ, he's toured with a Bonzo dog band and played King Arthur in Spamalot. But who is he? Yes, you've guessed it, Phill Jupitus! So you're familiar to the sort of panel game country?
Well, bearing in mind, Clive, that I decided to go into showbiz because I didn't like working behind a desk. I kind of didn't think the whole panel game aspect of it through.
Yeah. But the Buzzcocks, you've been in every episode of that, is that right?
I missed one when I went to Cuba. In a vain effort to seize power last year.
Being King Arthur in Spamalot, that's a full-blown musical, a big show to be in. Is that something you'd like to do more of?
Well, I did that. I've done Hairspray as well. I dressed up as a woman for 3 months for money in the West End of London.
Yes. Well, you're building on previous experience there
Indeed
as well.
Indeed so, yes. As Clive knows, I used to work down the docks.
That was you. It was the beard that fooled me then. Let's get on to our second guest to raise the tone. He's a Scottish author who writes about crime, corruption and religion. If I mention the fact that his titles include The Attack of the Unsinkable Rubber Ducks and Boiling a Frog, you may guess that he is Christopher Brookmyre. Now, the rubber ducks, was that based on that load of ducks that went into the Pacific and are floating around the world?
It was a phrase coined by the magician James Randi, in reference to people who, no matter how much evidence you pat at them, continue to persist in unfounded beliefs in psychics and mediums and the like.
Right. Okay, fair enough. And that's one of their beliefs could be the attack of rubber ducks. They
are the unsinkable rubber ducks.
Yes. I actually made a whole radio programme about those rubber ducks going around the world, and I thought we'd bond over that, but it turns out
there's a frosty air developing already. Yeah. Points off for me already.
It's the only radio programme I've ever done which I appeared in the nude, because we started it with me in the bath with my rubber ducks, and my poor producer hanging over the side dangling a microphone at
Nude
me.
radio, see, radio porn's never really going to come off.
It was quite shocking at the time. It was quite advanced. Okay, but last but not first, we have a comedian who's won several awards for being the funniest woman, the best newcomer, telling the best joke at the Fringe at somewhere called Edinburgh. Well, I could have won that if only I had a Fringe. So please welcome Zoe Lyons. So, do you like those things when they judge the best joke at Fringes?
No, I'm so not competitive. But I did win a grand, so I was quite happy that morning, I'll be honest with you. Because, anybody who goes to Edinburgh will know that we usually spend a month in a shed performing to 3 Spaniards and losing quite a lot of money. So £1,000 was quite nice.
That's internet poker, I think you're thinking of.
That's it.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the competitors. It's the first round. Anyone's guess. And for this, our panel will require intelligence and speed. If you don't have intelligence, you won't know the answer. If you don't have speed, I'm sure some in the audience will sell you some. It's Glasgow after all. So that means buzz in if you want to take a stab in the dark, throw your hat in the ring, or come up with a better metaphor for taking a guess. So here we go with question 1. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because it was stapled to the lollipop lady.
That's a happy image. That's something you used to do as a child?
It can happen, yeah. I grew up in rural Ireland, so I was quite bored a lot of the time. But, it's like, let's just go staple some chickens to the lollipop lady. Which was pointless anyway, because there was no traffic, so it was quite dull. It was dull all round.
Okay. Chris?
Is it because there was a rather worrying-looking Southern American military chap hanging around, dangling a bucket of spices?
I think you're ascribing more intelligence to a chicken than might be normal. But I think I'll give you a point for that. That has a sort of rational feel to it. Yes.
Sexy lady chicken on other side of road.
Yeah. That's plausible as well. Well,
then that would be why did the cockerel cross the road, Clive?
Well, our answer, which now I look at it isn't as sensible as I thought it was, is it was following the other chicken who was a little depressed. Chickens can apparently feel empathy for other chickens who are suffering. Aww. Which is why you shouldn't take them into a KFC.
Chickens feel empathy.
I think it's a big breakthrough. I mean, it puts it one rung up the evolutionary ladder in terms of empathy than George Osborne. So.
And that's so soon after the budgets. What is the difference between the shape of the Earth and, say, Anne Widdecombe?
Could we say that the spheroid is the perfect shape, and therefore about as aesthetically pleasing as it's possible to be, and Anne Widdecombe is other?
I think you've gone straight, more or less, to the right answer. I don't know why.
I wasn't aiming for the right answer. I was aiming for gratuitous abuse.
Yeah, I think the right answer is gratuitous abuse. But what we have is the Earth is not a perfect sphere, which is kind of what you said. It bulges out at the equator and flattens at the poles. Well, I've got unlike Anne Widdecombe written down here, but that would work either way. She's a quiz host now. She used to be a minister in the government.
What kind of hellish quiz would have her in the middle chair?
It's called Clever Dicks. It's on...
Look, she was in the Conservative cabinet for so many years. If she doesn't recognise someone by the name of Richard, then who's going to?
OK, I think we got... well, you definitely get 2 points for that, because you had the right answer there. Another question. Apart from the obvious, what part of a man grows faster when he anticipates sex? All right, OK, Chris.
His incredulity. If he's married.
I'll give you a point for good extensive vocabulary use. Yes, Zoe.
His ego?
So you're getting it. Yes, Phil.
His feet.
His feet?
Yeah.
How would that work?
I don't know, mine do.
I suppose on a sort of stability level, that'd be quite good.
Yeah. So you can't knock me over in the bedroom, seriously. I'm like one of them clowns you fill with air that's got sand in the bottom. Just keep punching, I'll keep coming back up.
Yeah.
Don't men's ears keep growing as they get older? Isn't that what happens?
Yeah, but you don't normally get more sex as you get older. I'm here to tell you.
It'll be very easy to spot Randy Men in discos.
Yes.
Come over here, Dumbo, you've pulled.
It's supposed to be the case your ears get bigger.
But
is it only men's ears that get bigger?
Yes, I think...
What happens to women's
I
ears?
don't know, they just get smaller, like a little hamster. They just get smaller and smaller, so we can hear less and less of the rubbish you talk.
If that was directed at me personally, I might have to remove such marks as you've got. But you haven't quite got to the right answer yet. You might be able to guess this.
Is it the hair? Testosterone?
The hair? What sort of hair?
Oh.
What sort of hair?
The hair on your head?
No, you're so close. You're so close.
Eyelashes.
Oh, come on! So what are you saying?
You can't be nasal hair.
You're anticipating sex and your eyelashes start to grow. That is such an unlikely answer. Well,
What position?
Your beard. Well done, Phil. I'll give you 2 points for that, even though I had to... So let me just let's have a look now at the figures. What have we got here? 2793. That's my agent's number. Yes, I haven't rung him in some time. Okay, so the points at the moment are Phill Jupitus 2 points, Christopher Brookmyre 4 points, but Zoe Lyons no points. So. It's round two. This is the quotations round. Guess who? One quote you may have heard is that laughter is the best medicine, though, in fact, modern research suggests actually it's penicillin. We will play you clips of quotations from famous people, alive or dead, spoken by our resident voiceover artist, David Kay. So if you don't have an answer, just say, I have no knowledge of that ever being said. Or as we call it, the Rupert Murdoch phone hacking defence. Points will be awarded as I see fit, but the first quote goes to you, Phill.
Yeah.
I'm tired of pretending like I'm not special. I'm tired of pretending like I'm not bitching. A total freaking rock star from Mars.
So, who do you think said that?
David Cameron.
Now, you're being fooled by the accent there. But it's not David Cameron.
Is it not?
No, but I'll give you three options if you like.
Okay.
So, I'm tired of pretending like I'm not a bitchin' total freaking rock star from Mars. Is it Nelson Mandela, you, Phill Jupitus, or Charlie Sheen?
Oh, it'll be Mr. Winning Charlie Sheen, won't it?
Yes, OK, I'll give you the point for that. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Now, Chris, it's your turn. Here's your quote.
I just want one day off when I can go swimming and eat ice cream and look at rainbows.
That one's not Charlie Sheen, I'm fairly sure.
To be honest, any of these quotes in this and the whole series could be Charlie Sheen, but we're only going with the accredited one, and that's not Charlie Sheen this time. Was it the Queen, me, Clive Anderson, or Mariah Carey?
That's a
I heard the audience get there.
Before you leap, look at Anderson and imagine him.
He's a busy man.
Imagine him.
If you hadn't given me options there, then I think Neil Lennon would have been in one of my guesses. But I can't imagine Neil Lennon can quite hit that high C. So it's got to be Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, yes. Well, 1 point there. Well done. OK, Zoe, here's your quote.
Everything bad that could happen to a person has happened to me.
Okay.
That is...
That could be me,
that
to be
could
honest.
be anybody,
Yes,
couldn't it? That
definitely
could be
I'm a
anybody at all.
natural
Yeah.
pessimist like that.
That is
so, your clue, your possibilities here. Pope Benedict XVI, Paris Hilton, or Chris Horne?
Well...
Whoa.
If it had been everything bad has happened because of me, I'd have gone with Pope Benedict.
Yeah.
We're just pausing on that one while we think which line we're going to take on that.
But
okay.
I'm pretty sure Pope Benedict didn't have a sex scandal tape that was filmed in a hotel. So that, I mean...
You're not getting out enough.
I think because she is such a vacuous, empty space, probably it's Paris Hilton because she feels
Hilton.
so hard done by.
Well done. Talking to her brother Kensington Hilton at the time, but no, she said it to Piers Morgan. Oh, that's it. That's the end of the round.
Round three, round three, round three, round three. Yeah.
This round, naturally entitled Guess the Lyric, will need the help of our house band, Gus and Finn +1, who are my favourite freestyle ukulele band, certainly in my top 5. Using only the power of their voices and ukuleles, they will perform for us a modern-day classic. Just as it's hotting up and amidst a furor of flying ukes, the band will stop abruptly, leaving a musical blank for our panel to buzz in and fill with a lyric or two from a famous person. So, first of all, I'd like to guess how Scotty from Star Trek would lyrically fill in the musical blank in this song.
All night long you've been looking at me. Well, you know you're the dance-hall cutie that you long to be. Oh, well, now you've been laying it down. You got your hips swinging out of bounds.
Gonna hit the dance floor and go where no man's been before.
That's very good. Definitely got the point.
Sorry for that really bad accent. That was awful.
Oh, you were doing an accent, I thought.
Yes, that was...
You were aiming at Scottish, but hitting John Major for some reason.
Yeah, it was just really bad.
Okay, any other suggestions for this?
Well, you said it was a modern tune, and I believe the chaps over there are giving us Tiger Feet by Mud.
Yes.
From the early 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't sitting here waiting for any banging techno or anything, Clive,
Yeah.
but mind you, it's modern to you, isn't it, love?
Yes, absolutely tight. It ended there.
Is it
Anything
Ted
after Mott the Hoople for me is modern music.
That's right. The dilithium crystals can't handle it, Captain.
This time you have to guess what lyrics Paul Daniels would fill this musical blank with. Same song.
Well, that's right, really love your tiger life. That's neat, really love your tiger feet. Really love your...
The fact that you stayed with me for so long, Debbie McGee, even despite the 20-year age difference, and it's nothing to do with the cynical side that I have much more money than you ever had, and it's lovely that we're still together.
Cruel, but I'm not sure it scans actually as a line, but I'll give you a point though for
Well, the
contributing.
boys just sang, that's neat, I really love. And I was going to buzz in and say, neatness. Because it seemed to be where it was going.
That's good. It's not specifically related to...
That's neat, I really love OCD, because I'm always tidying.
Okay. All right, I'll give you a point for that. But if it could be about Paul Daniels, you might have got an extra point.
That's neat. I've dropped my buzzer, Clive.
Yes. That's neat. I've dropped my buzzer, Clive. That doesn't scan, relate to Paul Daniels.
That's neat.
Or anything.
That's neat. I really love your tiger feet. Not a lot. Someone has to say it.
This time you could guess what lyrics Heather Mills McCartney would fill in the musical blank with.
Well, that's your one, and that's just as long as you like. I know you're aching to be making me tonight. I've got a feeling in my knees, a feeling on you can't please.
When you say knees...
I think we've got the point there, yes. You've got the point as well.
Footloose and fancy-free, surely.
Footloose and fancy-free, I don't know. All right, yeah, I'll get another point for that.
Hello, is that Directory Inquiries? Have you got a number for Ringo?
Yes, okay, another point there, good.
She's a Geordie, Clive.
Yeah, I worked that out from... Oh, that's the end of the round. Okay, thank you very much. Well done. As we've established, that was Tiger Feet by Mud, written and produced by Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman. The points have been calculated, and I see that Zoe has advanced from 0 to 4 points, doing very well. Only just behind Phill Jupitus and Christopher Brookmyre, who are both on 6 points. So well done to you two. So let's go into our next round.
I said, whoa, whoa, I said, whoa. It's round 4.
So round 4 is entitled Uneducated Guess, and it's a specialist subject round. I'll ask the panel some tricky questions on a subject I've chosen, and they'll write down their answers. This is good radio, as you'll see. As you write down your answers, Gus and Finn plus one will entertain the audience with music from their new country album, Gus and Finn Fiddle with Dolly Parton. Remember, panel, if you don't know the answer, it's worth taking a guess. All you have to lose is respect of the entire audience, and they're only here because the tickets are free. So this week's specialist subject is cheese and sneeze. So question 1. If the moon were made of cheese, how many Frenchmen would it take to eat it? The moon's made of cheese, let's imagine. How many Frenchmen would it take to eat it? Then the next question. What is the sleaziest type of sneeze? The sleaziest sneeze. Question 3 in the cheese round. If you're trying to make Limburger cheese on toast, but you don't have any cheese, what part of your body should you rub on your bread? Limburger cheese on toast, you don't have any cheese, what part of your body should you rub on your bread? And the final question, what would put most people off eating smoked ass cheese? Smoked ass is milk, I suppose, cheese, but what would put most people off eating that? Okay, so those are the questions. Oh, that's beautiful. Now I'm going to come to you for your answers. So Phil, let's come to you first. If the moon were made of cheese, how many Frenchmen would it take to eat it?
All of them.
Well, strictly speaking, you're certainly right there.
Exactly.
I'll give you... You're not exactly right, but I'll give you half a mark for at least having something which I can't say is wrong.
This fact can only be proved, Clive, if we did turn the moon into cheese and got a lot of Frenchmen.
Yeah.
So therefore, I put it to you, all of them is the correct answer.
I don't think we can I think we'll have to...
Is there a number? Is it a number you're
There
looking
is a number, actually, yes.
Who worked this out? Is this the same person that followed the sympathetic chicken?
Well, I'm going to give it...
Got in touch with the Institute of Scientists with too much time on their hands. I'm sorry to mess with the format, but I'm thinking about all those poor lactose-intolerant Frenchmen.
It's confusing enough, isn't it, when you go to get a weight of cheese? Because I'm never quite sure how like a kilo is or something. But
Just a small asteroid,
enough to feed.
please.
Just a small asteroid. I've had one of those. But you're all thinking along the right line. So if you could come up with a figure, obviously it's a guessing game. So just guess how many Frenchmen.
4 million.
4 million. Okay. I might give a point for the closest. So 4 million is a good answer. You might want to go higher, you might want to go lower, or I don't know. Something.
Go on, say it like Brucey.
Higher, lower. Guess game. Anybody can do Brucey. It's okay.
Apparently not.
84,300,000
Okay.
and 4.
And 4. You might have just blown it by 4.
84,300,000 and 5.
Oh. This is where you bring your skill at panel games.
Yep.
So the mark is going to go to Phil there because we reckon it's 39.67 million Frenchmen. And that's assuming they live for about 81 years and they eat their average 23 kilograms of cheese a year, which is what they do at the moment. The moon weighs roughly 74 million tons, and if you multiply that, it comes out, as I say, just over 39 million. And you are the closest, Phil, so you get 1 point for that. So well done. So the sleaziest type of sneeze, Chris.
Sleaziest sneeze.
A kind of really desperate chat-up technique. You just actually sneeze over somebody so that you can get out of the handkerchief. I'm terribly sorry. Oh, you don't mind if I stroke your hair?
Have you found this method to work?
It's an absolute surefire success. Yeah.
You're sort of almost in the right area, but certain people sneeze when aroused, and it's thought to be genetic. So if you come home early and your wife's in bed sneezing and looking at you, check before you start preparing the lemon. You may be preparing it for 2. That's what it is.
If I hear her sneeze, my feet get big.
And your beard starts to grow.
Damn straight. I end up looking like a kangaroo member of ZZ Top.
If you're trying to make Limburger cheese on toast, but you don't have any cheese, what part of your body should you rub on the bread? Zoe.
God, it's got to be something pretty gross, hasn't it? I said armpit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, you've gone straight to it.
Wow,
straight
there
to
you
it.
go.
You marks for that. This is a bizarre question, and you've gone straight to the right answer, cutting out all the humorous ones that we might have had along the way, but we can't have everything.
Well, no,
we go back for them.
I'm grateful for the rapid answer to this question because Zoe did invite me around her house for tea.
Yes.
It must be. I mean, this is a pure guess, but it must be something to do with the sweat.
Yes, you're so on the top. You've already got the points, but apparently Limburger cheese contains the same bacterium, Brevibacterium, that helps give the cheese its distinctive stink and sweaty taste. Oh. So now, I would say conclude from that: don't have Limburger cheese then.
Yeah.
Make
or
your cheese
jockstrap bacon. Oh.
Yeah. So you would create the same flavour if you rubbed, let's say you only had cheddar and you rubbed your armpits on it, that would make it taste like Limburger cheese. A connoisseur of Limburger would say, oh, this is marvellous, it tastes just like armpits, is what it's supposed to taste like.
Sorry, Clive, I'm just writing jockstrap bacon down in case I ever join a country and western band. That's going to be my name.
I thought that was your nickname when you were at school, but...
Nope.
No. Okay. What would put most people off eating smoked ass cheese? That was your next question.
The name.
Yeah. So it's an animal rights issue. It's the cruelty with which they have to smoke the ass over a fire before they milk it.
I think you've misinterpreted that. I think we milk the ass and then we smoke the cheese.
So you get the cheese out of the ass.
Well,
ass being donkey.
Ass or donkey. That's
okay.
So donkey. Okay, so donkey milk cheese.
Donkey milk cheese.
What would put you off eating it? This is smoked donkey milk cheese, as it happens.
Is it just the flavour of it? They stick it in a cup. They smoke it with a woman called Brenda in Dudley who just sits in a cupboard smoking Benson and Hedges.
You're trying to say it's worse than Limburger cheese flavour. You think it's got some?
Well, she keeps her Limburgers warm under her armpits.
Yeah. Well.
No, well, none of you close to this. It's the price. At up to €1,000 a kilo, it's one of the most expensive cheeses in the world. And it's made from donkey milk in Serbia. OK, that dreadful sound marks the end of the show. Which is a shame, isn't it? But after an inauspicious start, it went downhill, ended quite badly. All that remains is to add up the scores. Of course, it doesn't matter if you come first or you come second, as long as you aren't last, which would be very embarrassing. But as it happens, Christopher Brookmyre and Zoe Lyons, you're both last on 6 points. So the winner with 8.5 points is Phill Jupitus. Well done, Phill Jupitus. Who would have guessed that he would have won? Well, certainly not me. I'd just like to thank all of my guests today, Christopher Brookmyre, Zoe Lyons, Phill Jupitus, and Gus and Finn +1. You've been listening to The Guessing Game, the show with more ill-informed opinions than a whole series of Top Gear. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying goodbye. Goodbye.
The Guessing Game was presented by Clive Anderson and written by Michael Beck. It was produced by Margaret Ann Doherty.
And your friends say Uncle Colin slap you on the back and say,